Good morning and welcome to Strength and Balance. My name is Hannah and I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. This morning we have a full body strength routine to work through. We're going to break down into different kind of body areas. So we'll do some exercises that are lower body, some that are upper body, and then a couple that are more core specific. And for those, I'm going to be on the floor on my yoga mat here. I will give a seated option if being on the ground is not the right choice for you today. Let's have some weights for that part of the class. I use a 3-pound set of dumbbells, but you could use any size that you like. And then we'll work on some balance. We'll want to have a space to work that has something supportive for the balance part of the class. So a table, chair. I always have a hand on the wall at the back of the sofa, or the kitchen island works really well. And make sure that you have some water handy to sip on through the class. So let's come up to feet. We're going to warm up and then we'll get started. You have to excuse my cold. I'm just going to blow my nose. I'm going to go off camera to do that and then we'll get started. Oh, great, all good. Good, let's stand up nice and tall and we're going to march on the spot. It must be warm weather because I have bare feet for the class today and not a big pair of socks. Let's take a nice deep breath, big inhale and exhale, low down. Good, deep breath in and out. Good, and again. Reach up, low down, once more. Good, let's pull those shoulders up towards our ears, relax them down, lift those shoulders and lower. Shoulders up and down, and then lift and lower. Good, let's roll our shoulders, nice big circles. And let's roll our shoulders forwards. Good, let's take the arms out to the side. Little circles here. Back in the other direction. Stick those hands in towards your chest and straighten out. Hands in and out. Keep those elbows nice and high. Hands in and out. Hands in and out. Hands in and out. And again, hands in and out. Good. Let's make big circles. Reach those hands forwards. Good. Relax those arms. We're going to tap our toes forwards, marching those arms. Tap those toes. Oops, and let somebody into the class. Good. Let's tap those toes to the side. Good. Let's dig those heels forwards. Good. And heels to the side. Good. Let's bring those feet together and we'll tap our toes. Let's wiggle our fingers. Good. Let's tap those fingers to our thumb. Tap your heels. Good, let's tap our toes, both feet, and circle your wrists. Tap both heels and circle those wrists the other way. Good. We're going to take one foot. You want to walk your toes out and then heel out. Toe and then heel. So like you swivel your foot. Heel in, toe in. Heel in, toe in, heel in. Good. We'll switch to the other foot. Toes out, heel out, toes out, heel out. Heel in, toes in, heel, toe, heel, and toe. And let's stand with those feet hip width apart and we'll circle our hips. Good, and in the other direction. Excellent. Let's come back to center. Take a nice deep breath. Big inhale and exhale. Good. Let's grab both weights. So we're going to start with a squat. I'm going to hold both these weights here at my chest. Let's stand with my feet hip width apart. Over here, I'm going to inhale, sink into that squat, and exhale, push up. So holding both weights with a nice relaxed grip, holding them at your chest. Inhale and exhale to stand. Good, nice and slowly. Let's do two more. Keep that chest tall. Here's the last one. Good. Let's pop our weights down. We're moving on to a heel raise. So working our lower legs and our calf muscles. And I want to do give you a more challenging option. So you can do both feet at the same time, up onto tiptoes, slowly lower down. Or you could do one foot at a time. And to do that, I'm going to stand on my right leg, lift my left. I'm going to push myself up onto that one tiptoe and lower down. So do both feet if you feel that's better, that's more appropriate today. If you're doing the one foot, let's hold on to something for balance here, and I'll tell you when to switch sides. So if you're doing one foot, let's start with that right foot. Let's lift and lower. Using that hand just to support you with balance. Good, we're moving slowly on the way down. Let's do one more. And then let's switch feet. If you're doing both feet at the same time, obviously you just keep going. Keep that chest tall. Slowly as you lower. And once more. Good, feet to the ground. One more for lower body. We want both weights again, and we're going to work on our curtsy. So my hands are at my side, standing up tall. I'm going to take my right leg, and I'm going to step back. So a diagonal step back, so my feet are kind of in line here, and I'm going to inhale, sink into that, kind of like a squat. We'll stand up, we'll come back to center, and then we'll curtsy on the other side. Left leg back, inhale, lower down, exhale, stand. And let's keep going. Keep that chest nice and tall. We want a big inhale as we lower down, and an exhale as we push up. Good, nice deep breaths. Chest is tall. We'll do two more. That's one. And two. Good. I'm going to take a quick drink, and then we'll repeat all of those. Good. Let's grab our weights. Hold both of your weights here at your chest. Feet hip width apart, standing up tall. Let's inhale, sink into that squat. Exhale, push yourself back up. Wake in your heels. Nice. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you stand up. Good, nice and slowly. As you lower down. And a little quicker as you come back up. Last one. Good. Weights down. Let's put ourselves close to something for support so we can work on our heel raises. Remember, we're doing one leg at a time if we can. Both legs if that feels more appropriate, both feet at the same time. I'm going to start on my right leg. Lift my left off the floor and I'm going to push myself up, arms tiptoe, and then slowly lower down. I have a hand here on the wall for support. Please do both feet at the same time if you feel that that's a better option today. No right or wrong here. And then switch feet if you're doing the single foot with me. Good. And last one. Great. Let's grab our weights. And we'll finish this little round with our curtsy. So I have a weight in each hand and I'm holding those arms relaxed at my sides. So I'm going to take that right leg, step diagonally back and then sink it into that squat, into that curtsy, and then same thing the other way. Nice and slow. Keep that chest tall. Good. Looking up and ahead. The weight in that front heel. Good. Last two. And last one. Great, up to feet. You can pop the weights down for a moment, and then we'll move on to upper body. I'm going to pick up both weights, and I'm going to hold here in like a goal post, a field goal position. My arms out, hands level with my head. I'm going to bring my elbows and my hands together, and then slowly back out. Inhale, bring them together. Exhale, out. Good. Nice and slowly. Keep that chest tall. Keep breathing. One more here. Good. And relax those arms. That's great. We're going to do a standing chest press next. I'm going to lift up both hands so they're about level with my chest like this. I'm going to push out one hand and then the other, pushing that hand straight out in front of me. If I turn this way, you can see. Straightening that arm, pushing away, slowly back to center. Let's breathe out as you push those arms away. Breathe in as you come back to center. Good. Once more each side. Good, and relax those arms. One more for upper body here. We're going to work our biceps and we're going to do some bicep curls. So let's do one hand at a time. And let's do both hands. Good, let's switch back to one hand at a time. and then both hands. Good, one hand at a time. And then both hands for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax his arms. Excellent. Pop the weights down for a second. Give those arms a bit of a shake around. We're going to repeat all of those exercises here. So you can grab those weights. And we're going to start with that goalpost exercise. So hands up in that kind of field goal position. Bring those hands together. And then away. Good. Hands and elbows come towards each other. Exhale as they come towards. Inhale away. Couple more. Good. And relax. Whew. Find that hard for the shoulders. We'll move on to that chest press. So we're going to bring those hands up. So they're about chest height, pushing one hand forward and then the other. Good. Breathing out as you push away. Breathing in as you come back in. Good. Couple more. Once more each side. Nice and slow on the way back. Good. And relax those arms for a moment. Great. Bicep curls to finish. Here we're alternating between one hand at a time and both hands at the same time. So let's start one arm at a time. Pick that hand up nice and slowly, lower down, and both hands for 2. And 1. Good, one hand at a time. And both hands for 2. And 1. One hand at a time. And both hands for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Relax those arms. And you can pop the weights down. Time for core. So we're going to be on the floor. I'm going to show you the seated option if you prefer not to be down on the ground, and then I will do both of them on the floor. So grab your chair if you prefer to be seated. The first exercise is a heel slide. And you'll do a seated version of this. So feet flat on the floor, take one heel, slide away, and then pull it back in. Slide, and pull it in. Good. Very small exercise. What I want you to think about is sitting up nice and tall, pulling your belly button in towards your chest. Some space, in towards your spine. Some space between your back and the back of the chair. You slide that heel out and then back in. So it's really some very deep core muscles that are being worked there. The second exercise we'll do is like a dead bug. I'm going to stretch out my one leg, so my right leg and my right arm. Sorry, my left arm. It's leg and opposite arm. I'm going to lift and lower. And I'll switch to the other side. Lift and lower. So you want foot and opposite arm lifting and lowering. We'll do on the ground versions of both of those. So down to the floor, follow along with me. If that feels good, you're going to step 1 foot forward, lift that back heel, bend that front knee, hinge forward, hand on either side of your foot. Let's come down onto all fours. You can bring your feet out to the side. Sit down, bring those feet in front, and then we're going to lay down on our back. So feet flat on the floor. If you're seated, let's start with those heel slides. And if you are on the ground, of course, the same thing. You can slide out one heel and then bring that leg back in. Inhale as you slide that leg, slide that heel away. Exhale as you come back to center. Good, nice and slowly. Good, nice and slow. Couple more. Nice deep breaths. Good. Dead bugs are next. If you're on the floor, if you're on the chair, you're going to stretch out one leg, lift that leg, and at the same time lift your opposite arm. So similar on the ground. You're going to pick your feet up, knees are bent, raise those arms to the ceiling as well. You're going to lower leg and opposite arm. Inhale, exhale back to center. Nice and slowly. Good, nice deep breaths. One more each side. Good, and relax those feet. Excellent. And we'll repeat both of those. So on the seat, if you're seated, you'll do those heel slides now. We'll do the same thing. Laying down, you're going to slide that heel out and slowly come back to center. Inhale as you slide that foot away. Exhale as you come back to center. Nice big inhale. Good, come on. Great, and relax. Just take those feet up. Keep knees bent, arms to the ceiling. If you're seated, you're lifting up one leg and the opposite arm. And here on the ground, you're lowering one leg and the opposite arm. Inhale as you lower. Exhale back to center. If you're seated, you'll think about breathing out as you lift and breathing in as you relax. Good, nice and slowly. Once more each side. Good, and relax those feet to the floor. Great, we're going to come up to feet again. So let's lower those knees to one side, roll over onto your side. Push yourself up to seated. Let's come onto all fours. 1 foot forward. We're going to slowly push ourselves up to that half kneeling position. And then standing all the way up. Good. Whoop. Stood up a little bit fast. Excuse me. All right, excellent. Have a drink here, and then we'll move on to balance. So let's stand somewhere where our support furniture is close to us. We have a hand on that piece of furniture. I always use the wall here, so I have a hand on the wall. And we're going to start with our feet really close to each other. Standing up tall, feet relaxed, knees soft. We're going to take one arm to the ceiling. And then the other. Arms to the sides. And let's reach from one forward, one backwards. And then the other way. Back to center. Let's aeroplane our arms here. Good, and then slowly lower down. Great. Keep those feet close together. I'm going to take one foot and tap that toe forwards. Sorry, can't see my feet. Tap your toe forwards, and then backwards. Forwards, and back. Forwards, and backwards. Good. And let's switch his feet around. Tap forwards and backwards. Forwards and back. Forwards and backwards. Couple more. Good. From here, let's keep going and let's move into our tightrope. So heel to toe, very close to each other. Stand up tall and step those feet forwards. A few steps forwards, a few steps backwards. Feet in line as much as you can. Keep that chest nice and full. Shoulders relaxed. We're looking up and ahead. Good. Oops. Good. Nice and slowly. Forwards and backwards. Feet close. And let's come back to center. Here we're going to stand with our feet one in front of the other. You can see I have a pretty big space between, about a hip width space, I guess, between my feet. I'm going to shift my weight onto the front foot and then to the back foot. So nice and slowly standing up tall. Shoulders relaxed. Good, onto the front foot, raise the back, and we'll step from one foot to the other, lifting up. Good, onto the front foot, raise the back foot, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to shift our feet around so the other one is forwards. Same thing here, shifting that weight from front to back. Good, as you come forwards, let's lift up, stepping one foot, then the other. You're going to step onto the foot, raise the back and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Balance is tricky today. All right, let's do a little bit more. Standing with feet hip width apart. I'm going to stand on my right foot and tap my left heel forwards. Let's stand up tall, look forwards. Find something to look at that isn't moving. Focus your eyes here. And let's take that heel up off the floor. Stand up tall. Keep that heel fairly close to the floor. We want it off the ground, but it doesn't have to be a long way. We're going to reach one hand forwards. Good, let's take the other hand. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and let's try the other side. So we'll stand on the left, tap that right heel forward. And lift that heel. Find that thing that isn't moving, and we'll just reach with one hand forward. Good, if you can, let's take that second hand forwards. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And feet to the ground. All right, going to reach our arms up in a Y shape. Let's stand on our right leg, lift the left. Hold for 5, 4, 3. See if you can lift that foot a little bit more. 2, and 1. Good. Try the other side. Stand on the left. Raise the right. Arms up. 5, 4, 3. Lift that foot a little bit more if you can. 2, 1. Feet to the ground. Excellent. It is time for us to stretch, friends. Let's take one arm across our body and we'll hold here. Good. Let's reach the other hand. Great. We're going to link our fingers, push those hands away from you, and stretch through the backs of your shoulders. push those hands away. And let's relax those arms nice and slowly. Let's have a seat. We'll sit forward in our chair, heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling. Let's hinge forward. So you feel that stretch in the back of your leg, and let's hinge here. Take nice deep breaths. Let's switch to the other side. Heel to the floor, toe to the ceiling, and let's hinge forwards. Good, let's sit up. We're going to sit right back in our chair. Sit up nice and tall, bring your chin towards your chest. Let's look up. You're going to bring your ear to your shoulder. And the other way. Good, let's look back to center. You're going to take your chin to your shoulder. And the other way, chin to shoulder. And let's look back to center. Let's come up to feet. Take your arms, reach behind you, reach for the back of the room. Deep breath in. And then exhale, wrap those arms around you. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. A pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming to class today. We made it through.
Thank you, Hannah. I hope you feel better.
Thanks, Debbie. I hope I do too. Thanks, friends. See you Wednesday.